Some countries don't need weapons to weaken the United States. They don't need to fire missiles or send troops. All they have to do is walk away. The U.S. depends on global relationships, economically, politically, and technologically. If just a few of those ties were cut, the consequences would be immediate and massive. Here are 10 countries that could quietly cripple the United States, simply by stepping back. Number 10, Taiwan. The tech lifeline. Taiwan produces more than 60% of the world's semiconductors and over 90% of the most advanced ones. These chips power smartphones, laptops, cars, medical equipment, and military technology. If Taiwan stopped supplying the U.S., or if its chip industry were disrupted, American tech companies would stall, prices would spike, production lines would freeze, national security systems could be affected. One small island, holding the keys to a digital empire. Number 9. Brazil, the resource hub. Brazil exports vital resources, iron ore, oil, soybeans, and agricultural products to the United States. It also plays a growing political role in Latin America and global climate decisions. If Brazil aligned more closely with U.S. rivals or restricted exports, American industries would struggle to replace the supply. The cost of materials would surge. An economic shift from Brazil would create waves across U.S. markets. Number 8. Germany, the European gateway. Germany anchors the European Union's economy and shapes policy across the continent. Its alliance with the U.S. supports trade security cooperation and diplomatic efforts. A break in that partnership could weaken U.S. influence in Europe, slow down transatlantic trade, and shift the balance of power in global negotiations. Economic power in Europe runs through Berlin. Number 7. Canada, the hidden backbone. Canada supplies the U.S. with energy, water, lumber, and essential minerals. It also shares one of the world's closest intelligence and defense alliances. If this quiet but critical relationship ended, energy shortages, resource bottlenecks, and security risks would quickly follow. Few nations match Canada's consistency and scale in supporting the U.S. economy. Silence from the North would speak volumes. Number 6. Mexico, the border engine. The U.S. and Mexico share a massive trade network built on manufacturing, agriculture, and automotive production. Millions of goods move daily across their border, fueling jobs and businesses on both sides. A breakdown in this partnership would cripple supply chains, raise consumer prices, and damage the U.S. economy. From cars to avocados, the ripple effect would be immediate. Geography makes them neighbors. Trade makes them essential. Number 5. India, the skilled support system. India provides an enormous pool of skilled labor to U.S. companies, especially in tech, healthcare, and customer service. It also plays a key strategic role in balancing China's influence in Asia. If India limited its support or pivoted to align with American competitors, the U.S. would lose both economic flexibility and geopolitical leverage in the region. Brains, code, strategy, all deeply tied to New Delhi. Number 4. South Korea, the chip powerhouse. South Korea is a global leader in semiconductor manufacturing. Its advanced chips are found in nearly every piece of U.S. technology, from consumer devices to defense systems. Any disruption in trade or cooperation would hit the U.S. tech sector hard. Product delays, price hikes, and national security concerns would follow quickly. Modern innovation runs through South Korean factories. Number 3. Japan, debt, technology, and stability. Japan is a major supplier of electronics, automobiles, and precision machinery to the U.S. It also holds over $1 trillion in U.S. debt, more than any other country. Losing Japan's economic partnership would hurt U.S. imports, rattle debt markets, and shift the balance in East Asia. It's not just a trade partner, it's a stabilizer. When Japan steps back, the world feels it. Number 2. Saudi Arabia, the oil lever. Saudi Arabia plays a central role in global oil pricing and production. Even small changes in its oil policy can send shockwaves through the U.S. economy. If oil exports to the U.S. were reduced, or if Riyadh stopped trading oil in dollars, gas prices would spike, transportation costs would rise, and inflation would spread. No weapons needed, just a shift in oil. Number 1. China, the superpower pressure point. China is the United States' largest trading partner, supplying everything from electronics and clothing to critical medical components. It also holds over $800 billion in U.S. Treasury securities. If China pulled back economically, the U.S. would face immediate shortages, market volatility, and rising consumer prices. If it sold off debt, the dollar's value could fall and interest rates could climb. The U.S.-China relationship holds the world's economic balance. And if that thread snaps, the fallout would be global. These 10 countries have the power to reshape the U.S., not through war or force, but by simply stepping away from the table. In today's world, strength isn't always about weapons. It's about connections. Break enough of those, and even the strongest nations start to shake. If this gave you a new perspective, consider subscribing for more content like this. Thanks for watching.